Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. Tonight we're going to learn about the best best oils for anxiety and panic attacks. Now, the reason that I chose this topic is because I recently read that over 40 million adults in North America are currently being affected by anxiety. That's an enormous, enormous number. So if there's anything I can do to help alleviate that, I was anxious to learn more. So the best oils for anxiety. Anxiety can be an indicator that your cortisol levels are off or that they're too high. Anxiety can affect your relationships on every different level, from your work relationships, your family relationships, intimate relationships. It can just affect people on so many different levels. Hi, Sav. Hi, Dee. Thanks for joining. Another fact is that chronic anxiety can also lead to high blood pressure, insomnia, digestive issues, and panic attacks. So let's jump in and talk about some of the best essential oils to help overcome anxiety. So the number one we're going to look at is lavender. Of course, lavender is all things calming. It actually can affect and enter your bloodstream within minutes of applying it topically. So the top properties of lavender that are helpful with anxiety are that it's a sedative, it's relaxing, it's soothing, and it's also an antidepressant. So lavender is a really, really great one for anxiety. Ways that you can use lavender for anxiety. Of course, you can put a drop in your hands, warm it up a little bit, cup it, do some big inhales for about 5 minutes, some big, long, calming breaths. You can diffuse it in any space that you're in, your office, your home, your car, your bedroom, your living room, anywhere you want to diffuse it. You can also do that. You might also want to try to bath nightly or every other night if every night is too much for you, with 4 to 5 drops of lavender and about 3 cups of Epsom salts. Epsom salts has mineral magnesium in it, which is also extremely calming for the body. So mixing the two of them together gives you that double calming boost. So the next one we're going to talk about is vetiver. Unfortunately, I don't have my vetiver with me right now. I forgot it at a friend's house. I was diffusing Heaven's Liquid, which is all calming, all relaxing, and really great for anxiety too. That particular blend is lavender, vetiver, and balanced, or serenity, either or. But it's one of my absolute faves, especially right before I go to bed. So vetiver is a natural tranquilizer, and in Ayurvedic medicine, it was known as the oil of tranquility. So vetiver comes from a grass, and it has a really earthy, musky kind of scent to it. But vetiver helps to alleviate emotional stress, trauma, panic attacks, anxiety, insomnia, hysteria, and depression. So to use vetiver, you can use it topically. You should dilute vetiver if you're going to use it topically. You can also diffuse it. And another great way to use vetiver is in a bath as well with the Epsom salts, because the magnesium has such a calming effect on the body as well. So vetiver is really, really supportive to the brain, and it promotes better focus as well. It's used often for PTSD sufferers, people suffering with depression and anxiety. It helps promote focus and concentration. A recent study showed that 100% of people that had ADHD that used vetiver saw a marked improvement. So that's really promising for anyone that's suffering from ADHD or has trouble focusing or concentrating on specific tasks that they really want to accomplish. So the next oil that is effective is bergamot. Got my bergamot right here. In general, all citrus oils have a really uplifting effect. They can contain a compound called D-limonene, and D-limonene has been shown in clinical studies to fight a number of diseases. It's also been shown to help support the lymphatic drain. So if you ever get the lymph nodes in your neck swollen up and that type of thing, bergamot can help, really help support your body in detoxifying the lymphatic system. Bergamot has also been shown to help release emotional pain. So it can help settle your emotions and potentially help you experience an emotional breakthrough. And a lot of times anxiety and panic attacks can stem from emotional issues that we're either avoiding dealing with or haven't dealt with, etc. So bergamot is a really great one for that. It's a great oil to diffuse. You can also use it topically. Because it's a citrus oil, though, you certainly don't want to use it topically before you're going out into the sunshine. So if you're going to go sit in the direct sun or by a pool or something, do not apply citrus oils topically. They can actually give you a really bad sunburn or a really bad reaction. So if you're using citrus oils, use them before you go to bed at night, or use them when you're indoors, or you're going to have that particular skin that you've used it on covered and protected. So the next one we're going to talk about is patchouli. Now this is an oil that is often hit or miss. Some people either love it or hate it. I quite like it. I think it's lovely. But patchouli comes from a leaf, and it actually helps support the production of serotonin and dopamine. So I also recently learned that 90% of serotonin is actually released in your gut and not in your brain. So this is another reason why it's really important to have a healthy gut. And patchouli actually has strong anti-inflammatory benefits, so it really supports gut health as well. It can help settle your moods by allowing your gut to produce more of these good feeling hormones. So to use patchouli, you can diffuse it in any environment or apply it to the back of your neck topically. Another great way to use this powerful essential oil is, again, in a bath with Epsom salts. So about 3 cups of Epsom salts, 4 or 5 drops of the patchouli in a bath. If you can do that every night or every other night, you'll notice a fast improvement in how you're sleeping. And you'll wake up feeling more settled and more energized and just a little bit more grounded and balanced. So patchouli is a sedative as well as an antidepressant, and it's also an aphrodisiac. I did not know that. So another new thing I learned today. So the next oil we're going to talk about for anxiety and depression is Roman chamomile. This is an extremely calming oil. It eases feelings of paranoia and aggression, promotes a restful state. Roman chamomile, lavender, and neroli mixed together have been seen to reduce anxiety in ICU patients in a recent study that was just done in a hospital, so that was really cool. Roman chamomile settles your nerves. It can help you get a better night's sleep. So if you're in that high cortisol fight or flight state of emotion, Roman chamomile is a great go-to for that, to help you calm down. So you can apply this to your temples. You want to apply it to the back of your neck. Inhale it from your left hands. Inhale deeply for 4 to 5 minutes with the Roman chamomile. And it's really, really calming and soothing. So ancient Romans used Roman chamomile before going to battle to empower themselves with courage and clear their minds so that they would be battle ready. More tips for you that I just learned about. And next we have frankincense. Of course, as we all say, frankincense is the king. When in doubt, go with Frank. So in clinical studies, it's been shown to help reduce heart rate and high blood pressure. Frank is an antidepressant and an immunostimulant, among other things. So frankincense is the most referred to oil in the Bible. We've all heard the stories of the 3 wise men bringing baby Jesus gifts of frankincense, myrrh, and gold. It's often been linked to spiritual awareness, and I personally like to use frankincense when I meditate. I find it just very grounding and very, very calming. So frankincense is one of my go-tos. I take it internally. I use it topically. I meditate with it. It's a fantastic oil. So studies show that frankincense contains a compound called pinene, and pinene helps to reduce inflammation, and it allows people to get rid of that brain fog. So it just helps you clear your mind and be able to think in a more clear fashion. It has a lot of benefits because of its balancing and antidepressant and anti-inflammatory properties. So I'd add about 5 drops to a diffuser, or inhale through cupped hands for, again, about 5 minutes. Along with using it topically, you can put it on the back of your neck. You can put it on your temples. I started getting just a touch of a headache right before I came on tonight, and I had planned for this, so I did the quick trick of putting a drop of frankincense on my thumb and rubbing it on the roof of my mouth, because frankincense is actually known to be able to cross the blood-brain barrier, and it can get to the brain within minutes. So 5 minutes later, I kind of forgot that I had a headache, which was really, really great. So I love my frankincense. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is clary sage. This one I don't actually have, and I'm surprised because it's, you know, the oil for women and balancing hormones, especially women who have estrogen levels that may be really high or just certainly imbalanced. It's often used for PMS, cramps, other hormonal issues, but it's also a natural sedative, and it promotes restfulness. So clary sage is a great one that you can use for anxiety as well. If you didn't know that was another additional use for it, it is fantastic because it is a natural sedative. The next one we're going to look at is turmeric. Turmeric. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I've heard it said both ways. This one I'm really, really excited about. I just got this in my dream kit. Really excited about this. This probably is the oil that has the most anti-inflammatory properties. Along with ginger, it's really, really high in anti-inflammatories. So if your anxiety might be related to inflammation in your body, or if you have inflammatory symptoms like joint pain, turmeric can be a really good option. You can take 3 to 5 drops daily in a veggie cap with a meal, and that should really, really help. And as we talked about earlier, the majority of the serotonin produced in your body is produced in your gut. And so keeping your gut healthy, keeping inflammation in your body down, allows your gut and your brain to be able to promote and produce more of those feel-good hormones. So last but not least, we're going to talk about Peace, the Reassuring Blend. This is one of my favorites from the Emotions Kit, and I love the Emotion Kit. It was my first introduction to doTERRA, and it really, really just floats my boat. I love it. Every time I touch this, I can't help but put it on and smell it and rub it on me because it's just amazing. So the main ingredients of the Peace Blend are vetiver, lavender, ylang-ylang, frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, and spearmint. So this one blend contains a lot of the individual oils that we just talked about regarding anxiety and panic attacks. This helps to calm worries, nervousness, irritability, and restlessness. And it's also really important to remember that your diet is important. If your diet's really high in sugar, that can increase your likelihood of experiencing anxiety and panic attacks. So too much dairy, too much sugar, too many refined grains, they can also cause issues that will make your anxiety higher or make you more prone to having panic attacks. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video about the top 10 oil or the top oils to help you combat anxiety and panic attacks. I hope you learned something new or got some valuable information here. If you did enjoy the video, please like, comment, and share with your friends. We want to spread the gift of essential oils as far and wide as possible. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.